Dear friends, today's lecture topic is Classical Approach for Aqueous Extraction, Section 2nd, CHA 391. This is our syllabus. In last lecture, the chapter first, in which pre and post extraction consideration we can see the interest of organic compound. We have to extract it, precaution of pre and post, then pre-sampling issues, sampling strategy of solid, aqueous or liquid, and gases or air sample we have to learn. When we have to extract the sample, it may be analyzed by using chromatographic method such as gas chromatography and high performance liquid chromatography methods. After the extraction of compound, it may be needed to the pre-concentration of that sample. We have to learn about the method of that pre-concentration, for example rotary evaporator, like this. In this lecture, we have to study about the classical approach for aqueous extraction techniques. In this lecture, the learning objective of this lecture is to be aware of approaches for performing the liquid extraction of organic compounds from aqueous sample. That is most important, that is from aqueous sample. Then, to understand the theoretical basis for liquid extraction, to understand the theoretical basis of liquid extraction, in which the distribution coefficient and distribution ratio. The most important part of liquid extraction is to select the most appropriate solvent for the extraction. This is the most important part for liquid extraction, to select the solvent. Then the practical aspect of liquid extraction. Which apparatus is used for the extraction? Here we can study about the two methods, that is continuous extraction methods and discontinuous extraction method, like separating funnel and Soxhlet extraction apparatus. Then we study about the practical difficulty that can arise in the performing liquid extraction and their remedies. When we have to extract the liquid sample, then what types of difficulties occurs, like milky layer, then separation of that two layers, like this we can study. And most applicable part of this liquid extraction is the principle of operation of purge and trap techniques for volatile organic compounds. And its application we can see in this lecture. So we can start one by one. The introduction, in which the most common approach for extraction of compounds from aqueous sample, which is most important, from aqueous sample, is the liquid extraction. Among various methods of separation, like solvent extraction or liquid extraction, the most versatile and popular method of separation is the liquid extraction techniques. It can be extracted the amount, that is micro level to the macro level of extraction, micro level to the macro level. And the beauty of this technique is it does not need any sophisticated instrument or apparatus except a separating funnel. Only by using separating funnel we can separate our interest of organic compound from aqueous phase. Only by using the separating funnel. That is the beauty of this classical methods for aqueous extraction. The liquid extraction, the most important thing, it is based on the principle that solute can distribute itself on a certain ratio between two immiscible solvent. In this liquid extraction, it is based on the principle that the solute can distribute itself in certain ratio between two immiscible solvent. That is most important, two immiscible solvent or liquid, or you can say phases. And in this most cases solute can be more or less transfer into the organic phase. Solute can be more or less transfer into the organic phase. This technique is used for the purpose of preparation of sample, purification of sample, separation of sample, and analysis on all scales. So this is the versatile techniques which is used. So it is simple, rapid, and it is applicable at tracer and microgram concentration of metal ions. So this is the beauty of liquid extraction. So we can see the principle of liquid extraction is that a sample is distributed. This is most important point. Sample is distributed or partitioned between two immiscible liquid or phases in which the compound and matrix have different solubilities. Normally one phase is aqueous and another phase is organic. One phase is aqueous and another phase is organic. The separation is on the basis of like dissolve likes. Likes dissolve likes. That means the more polar compound get transfer into the polar phase and non-polar compound get transfer into the non-polar phase. That is the basis of extraction process is that the more polar hydrophilic compounds prefer the aqueous phase and the more non-polar hydrophobic compounds prefer the organic phase. The target organic compounds are to be analyzed by gas chromatography. They are best isolated in the organic solvent. The compound in the organic solvent can be analyzed directly or pre-concentrated further using solvent evaporation. Those compounds are get extracted in organic phase that are directly analyzed by using gas chromatography, and in another points the compounds which is get separated in aqueous phase, they are get analyzed by high performance liquid chromatography. The advantages of liquid extraction is that it is widely applicable, availability of high purity of organic solvent, and the use of low cost apparatus. That is most important. Use of low cost apparatus, that is the separating funnel. So we can think about the theory of liquid extraction. These are all the theory in which the two term is used to describe the distribution of compound between two immiscible solvent, namely the distribution coefficient and distribution ratio. So what is meant by the distribution coefficient? It is an equilibrium constant that the distribution of a compound X between two immiscible solvent, for example aqueous phase and organic phase. That means the interest of compound get found in this organic or aqueous phase. For example, An equilibrium can be obtained by seeking the aqueous phase containing the compound X with organic phase such as hexane. The process can be written as an equation X AQ and X ORG, where AQ means aqueous phase and ORG means organic phase. The ratio of activities of X in the two solvent is constant and can be represented by Kd is equal to X in organic phase divided by X in aqueous phase, where Kd is known as the distribution coefficient. Means if in the any aqueous sample which having the compound of interest, organic compound of interest is present in that aqueous sample, at that time we have to use the organic phase such as hexane, and then by using the separating funnel we have to check that separating funnel that X interest of compound get transferred into the organic phase on the basis of liquid like dissolved lights. It may be in the aqueous phase or organic phase, and that is nothing but the distribution coefficient. The ratio of this aqueous as well as organic phase is nothing but the distribution coefficients, where the numerical value of distribution coefficient provides a useful constant value at a particular temperature. The activity coefficient are neither known or easily measured. A more useful expression is the fraction of compound extracted. How much compound is get extracted, it can be calculated by using this equation. E is equal to C organic phase, V organic phase divided by C in organic phase into volume in organic phase plus C in aqueous phase into V in aqueous phase, where C represent the concentration of organic compounds and V represent the volume of organic compounds which is present in organic phase, and this is which is present in the aqueous phase. So where C0 and AQ is the concentration of compounds in the organic phase and aqueous phase respectively, and V organic and V aqueous are the volume of organic and aqueous phase respectively, and V is the phase ratio, that is the V organic volume in organic phase divided by volume in aqueous phase. The next, it can be situated that the actual chemical form of compounds in the aqueous and organic phase is not known. For example, variation in pH would have a significant effect on weak acid or weak bases. In this case, the distribution ratio is used. So what is meant by the distribution ratio? The distribution ratio is nothing but the ratio of concentration of compound in organic phase divided by concentration of compound in aqueous phase. That is, D is the distribution ratio. It is nothing but the concentration of X, that is the interest of compound in all chemical forms in the organic phase divided by concentration of that X in all compound form in the aqueous phase. For the simple system, when no chemical dissociation occurs, the distribution ratio is identical to the distribution coefficient. These are the two important concepts related to the theoretical base, that is the distribution coefficient and distribution ratio D. Then the selection of solvents. This is the most important part in this topic, that is selection of solvent. On which basis we have to select the sample, the solvent, which is depending on the sample which is present in the aqueous phase, as well as the interest of compound. The selection of solvent which is depending on sample in aqueous phase as well as the interest of compound in aqueous phase. The selectivity and efficiency of liquid-liquid extraction is critically governed by the choice of two immiscible solvents. Often The organic solvent for liquid-liquid extraction is chosen because of the low solubility in the aqueous phase, typically 10%. That means those solvent we have to select, it may be not soluble or it is very less soluble in the aqueous phase. Second, it is highly volatile. The solvent which is having low solubility in aqueous phase, which is also having high volatile for the evaporation in the concentration stage. And third one, that is it is highly purity or high purity, because the impurity is get nullified. Impurity get nullified. That's why it is used as a high purity solvent. Then it is compatibility with the choice of chromatographic analysis. We can see in the previous lecture, when the interest of compound get extracted, it is directly connect with the chromatographic techniques like gas chromatography or high performance liquid chromatography. At that time, when we have to select the solvent such that we have to analyze your extracted compound directly with the chromatographic techniques like gas chromatography with electrical conductivity detector or UV detector, or also by using the high performance liquid chromatography which is having the UV detector. Then last point, the polarity and hydrogen bonding properties that can enhance the compound recovery in the organic phase, and that is increase in the volume of distribution coefficients. So whenever you have to go for the analysis or you can go for the extraction technique, at that time you have to select the solvent such that it is having low solubility, it is also high volatility, it is highly pure, it is compatibility with the chromatographic methods, and polarity and hydrogen bonding properties. Considering these 5 points, you have to select the solvent for liquid-liquid extraction. For example, here the 2 phases is given, that is aqueous solvents and here is the organic solvents. If your interest of compound is present in aqueous sample such as water, in which you have to analyze any organic compound, at that time you have to use the solvents such as hexane, petroleum ether, like this. If your aqueous solvent is like in the acidic solution, then you have to use the diethyl ether. Basic solution, then you have to use the DCM, that is dichloromethane. Then high salt, the salting out effect you have to observe, then you have to use the organic solvent like chloroform. Complexing agent like ion pairing or chelating or chiral compound, at that time you have to use the ethyl acetate, or above 2 compounds you have to mix, at that time you have to analyze with the aliphatic ketones or aliphatic alcohols, toluene, etc. You have to use the mixture of these 2 solvents also. Then most important, that is the applications. The solvent extraction is used in this 2 manner, that is the continuous and discontinuous. The continuous manners and discontinuous manner we can see one by one. These are the 2 approaches in which discontinuous manner, the apparatus is separating funnel. You can see in this diagram the separating funnel, and also you can see in the laboratories it is very simple and easy to handle, that is the separating funnel. And in another side we can see lighter than or heavier than water organic solvents, in which this is the one phase and this is the another phase, which is depending on the lighter than and heavier than the water, which we have to use the organic compounds, organic solvents. So we can see one by one how to use the separating funnel. It is very simple, that is use of separating funnel, in which the half portion we have to add the one phase, it may be the aqueous phase, and in which we have to add the organic phase. If the capacity of this separating funnel is 100 ml, then we have to add only the 60 ml of sample, or you can say 60 ml of solvent. We have to fill that only the 60% of that portion. The 40% portion is empty, or you can say used for the analysis. Only 60% portion. How to use? You have to add first aqueous sample, then organic sample solvent, and you have to shake this separating funnel. You can see that this knob or this cork is closed at that time of practice. After that, you have to shake this separating funnel for the 5 minutes, and it is stand for the 5 minutes as it is without disturbing. You can see the two distinguished layer. One is organic, one is aqueous, depending on the heavier or lighter than the organic solvent. After that, you have to open this cork easily, and you have to collect the one phase. You have to collect the one phase, then close that cork. After closing, those partition between two layers is present, that also you have to remove, and then again you have to collect the another phase. That partition you have to again add it, and you have to get again separated. You have to use this up to the 2 to 3 times, and then you got the your interest of compound very easily. You can see these figures, and these are the description regarding the how to handle that separating funnel. Similarly, the solvent extraction. In this slide, this is the discontinuous extraction. So why it is called as the discontinuous? Because you have to add the aqueous as well as organic solvent, interest of compound, and it is stand for the 5 minutes to stable, and you have to withdraw your phases, and again you have to add. That is the discontinuous. And what is meant by the continuous? In this continuous, you have to add your interest of organic compounds, organic solvents, and then here you have to add the water, or vice versa. Heat this part or this chamber. At that time, the vaporization is occurs. From this vapors is come here, and here is the water condenser. The vapors come into the liquid form, and that liquid is again here, and it is passes to this. Again you have to heat it, and this is continuous process. That's why it is called as a continuous extraction. It is also the very simple method of extraction, only the time is higher as compared to the discontinuous. Here we can see that the 18 to 24 hours time is required, and in separating funnel we have to use only the 5 to 10 minutes for the one extraction, 5 to approximate 5 minutes. So these are the two methods of solvent extraction. Then next, that is the problems with liquid extraction. So what types of problems occurs at the time of analysis? If you can consider the separating funnel, the emulsion formation is there. That is, emulsion means when you have to add the aqueous as well as organic phase, in between these two layers get distinguished. At that point, the milky white precipitation or coloration is occurs, and that is nothing but the emulsion. So the question may be asked, what is meant by the emulsion? The emulsion occurs as a milky white coloration within the separating funnel with no distinct boundary between aqueous and organic phase. So how to remedize that? The emulsion. The remedy is to disturb or break up the emulsion by centrifugation of mixture, filtration through the glass wool plug, or phase separation paper, or heating or cooling in the separating funnel, salting out by adding of sodium chloride salt to the aqueous phase, and addition of small amount of different organic solvent. By using this remedy, we have to overcome the problem like emulsion. Then the most important approach or applications, that is the purge and trap for volatile organic compounds in aqueous samples. These are the two diagrams. You can see that this is the gas chromatographic method techniques which is get attached. This is the 6-port valve. Here the purging gas is there. Desorption of gas is from this comes to the gas chromatography, and here is the vent. The interest of compound with sample is present here. When the gas is passed, the interest of compound is passed by this way, and here is the trap, which is very important thing. That trap is nothing but the molecule of interest of organic compound get trapped here or catch here by using this device that is known as the trap. When sufficient amount of molecular compound get trapped, it is used for the analysis. At that time the situation get changed. Here you can see that this is the 6-port valve in which 6 and 1 get connected, here 2 and 3 get connected, and 4 and 5 get connected, where desorption is gas directly passed to the gas chromatography. At the time of purging gas, the valve is not connected. This valve is not connected into the gas chromatographic panel. But after the sufficient amount of compound get trapped in this trap system, then this port get changed like this. The desorption of gas which is passed from the 4 port is passed to the 3, and that 3 get revert into the trap, and whatever the molecule get trapped get first plug into this, into the 6 port. At that time that 6 port is not connected to the A, it is connected to the gas chromatographic system, and it goes for the analysis. In this way the purge, that means the compound of interest get purged with the help of gas, and get the molecule of interest get trapped here. In that trap the molecule is again passed to the system by changing the valve, and your interest of organic compound get analysis. By using the purge and trap techniques, only volatile organic compounds get analysis. Only volatile organic compound get analysis. This is the some description. So in this classical approach for recovering the organic compounds from aqueous sample, namely the liquid extraction, is discussed in this chapter, as well as provide the necessary background to the approach. The important practical aspect of the techniques are described. For completeness, the alternative approach for volatile organic compounds, that is compounds in aqueous sample, that is purge and trap, is described. Thank you.